Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. Believe it or not, I'm potting up a few tomatoes because I want to make sure I get all the kinds that I want for this season. Some of the Romas here were big enough. I had planted them a little later. I actually moved them and separated them into their own pots. I'm going to take them out and I'm going to try to harden them off. These are some of the ones that I want out in the railroad tie garden. There's already sun on the railroad tied garden. I did a lot of dishes and things this morning in the house, but I want to get out there and I want to pull back some of the black weed fabric and see if there's any wasps hiding. If there are, I'm not really sure what to do about it. I'm going to pull it back and then just maybe flood it to begin with, and then we'll go from there. But I've got to get the determinate ones planted out there in the railroad tie garden. And I'm also going to work on a new project, which I'm crazy for taking on, but the creative part in me really wants to do this, so that's coming up. Things have really grown in the last 2 days. As you see, I haven't got the spinach harvested yet, and that is on my 2 days to-do list. I really must, or it's not going to be any good. This volunteer tomato is looking fabulous. A few of the beans are coming up. The dragon tongue beans look good. So I think these plants really like the heat to a degree. No pun intended. The ground cherries are springing up, and the coriander is coming along nicely. As I told you before, cilantro, when it's let go to seed, becomes coriander, and then you have coriander seeds, and you can use that for pickling and other things. Very little has come up in this bed. I planted eggplant, onions, lettuce, spinach, radish, and some watermelon. We have 4 blacktail watermelon coming up. I really hope that something comes of them. I'm not successful growing melons in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if I've ever had a successful one. So this year, I hope is the year. But it looks like we may have some radishes ready. And here's one. So I'm excited about that. Here's one. 3 of them. It's really hard to hold the camera with one hand and pick with the other. I'm going to be content with that right now. Make sure those get eaten. I ended up picking a few more because they're so crowded in that one spot. So we'll see what we can do with those for dinner. I planted shallots, youcut onions, lettuce, beets, watermelon, and eggplant. And as you can see, there's been very little response. So I am going to replant this bed with something. Off these tomatoes that are setting down here. Yesterday I thought these 2 were dead, the 52-day tomato, which incredibly I have a baby tomato. Anyway, this is the Mountain Princess. I want to put these over there in the railroad tie garden. They've been in the new greenhouse. It's not enough to harden them off, so that's why they're out here. I wasn't sure if these guys were going to recover, but they have. I'm going to leave them out here a couple more days, and then I'll try to put them over there in the railroad tie garden. Hopefully they'll grow. One time I was cleaning up a bunch of leaves. Well, I think it was 2 times actually. One time I had gloves, one time I did not. And I scooped up a toad, and the leaves began to wiggle and scurry, and yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't like toads. I know they're good for the garden, but they're not good for me. So I pulled all of the old chamomile out of this long bed. I'm going to cut the grass down because it drives me crazy. I am amending the soil, and then I'm going to plant some Chinese cabbage, 2 different kinds. It's a free packet that Baker Creek included in with my order. So I'm going to try the Chinese cabbage granite. And then Drew gave me Chinese cabbage, so I'm going to try that. We'll see if it works. Anyway, I'm resetting this bed. It really needs it. So I refreshed this bed. I put some more perlite, dairy compost, all-purpose fertilizer, bone meal, blood meal in this whole bed. Put some more of the nice potting soil. And down there I planted 2 little mounds of Armenian cucumbers. These are the dark ones. I don't have any more light seed, unfortunately, so we'll see how that comes up. And I intend to grow them up the fence right there. Right here is Chinese cabbage. I didn't have all that many seeds. And this is the Anaheim pepper. I love Anaheim peppers, not the chili peppers, but the Anaheim peppers. They're long, they're green, they're sweet, and they're wonderful. I don't know if this seed will even grow because it's from, I believe, 22. It doesn't look overly, maybe that's how they're supposed to look. I don't know. So I put a ton in there. What have I got to lose? I might as well see if it works, because if it doesn't, then it's going to have to go out. And here are the yellow flesh watermelons. I put about 4 in this mound, and we'll see if they grow. And I was going to train them up this fence too. So that'll be fun. I'm excited about having refreshed and replanted this skinny bed. I planted some more basil here and more oregano here, and I cannot get it to come up. I don't know what the deal is. Here's some nice oregano and here's some nice oregano, but they are plants that I bought from the store. I'm going to replant some beans here because they're being stubborn and not coming up. I just replanted everything in this bed except for the watermelons, because I think 4 watermelons there is definitely enough. I replanted the Green Knight eggplant, the Jupiter red beets. I did not replant the lettuce. I forgot that one. I replanted the Utah Spanish onions, and I didn't replant the spinach, but I did replant the radish and put some asparagus seeds there, which will be ready in about 3 or 4 years. Anyway, I just thought I'd get a start on it, but I didn't get the shallots replanted because I don't have any more. So let's see if this bed will do anything. I'm really hoping it will. I hope you've had a wonderful day. It's pretty hot out here right now. It's about 3 o'clock. I've watered all the beds. I've replanted quite a few things, and I really have great hopes for this garden. It's the one closest to the house, and it's the main garden. It's the one where I spend the most time. Now I have my shade pavilion. I have my greenhouses right beyond there. So I'm really hoping that things will grow and grow well. I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope you'll come back soon, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by.